Is there a place on the planet, even with travel restrictions, that you consider sacred? A destination that, if you close your eyes, feels like a precious presence you long to visit again as a pilgrim, as a visitor, as a dweller inside divine reality? Welcome back to Word, weekly passwords to the riddles of our lives, asking ourselves where, how, when can I access the most sacred sense of being? And this week the word is hamakom, the place, the destination. What was once in space is now both in space and in time. And even and especially during these times of pandemic, the invitation is for us to find ways of being pilgrims and accessing the most sacred within ourselves. I'm at a friend's house in the countryside where there are flowers and where there's sky. What I'm inviting us to do is imagine ourselves as travelers in time and in space, to find patterns that remind us of what it's like to be really present. In this week's Parasha Re'eh, we are invited to imagine the creation of sacred space. Moses, via the Almighty, instructs the Israelites that when they move into the land, there will be one place, Hamakom, where God dwells. It isn't specified, but clearly this will be Jerusalem and the temple and the Holy of Holies. That and only that place is where the divine is to be worshipped and where the pilgrims get to travel and eat and drink and celebrate life. Not other places. All the other sacred trees and altars are to be demolished and destroyed. It is a brutal act of centralization, the beginning of organized religion as we know it, for better and for worse. Hamakom, the place, is one place. The Holy of Holies in Jerusalem is where once a year on the Day of Atonement, the high priest would enter and would reactivate the world for the benefit of all humanity. But we don't have the temple anymore. Jerusalem is there, a thriving city, a place of peace and aspirational justice, a place we're celebrating as a miracle and a homeland for us and hopefully for our brothers and sisters and neighbors, all of us in peace. But once the temple went up in flames, our sages reintroduced the notion of Hamakom, the sacred place, in time. Yom Kippur becomes this destination where once a year we go as pilgrims and enter the holiness within, reconnect ourselves to the divine. This coming Sunday is Elul, the beginning of the month that leads us into the high holy days, into Yom Kippur and the Holy of Holies. We get to travel as pilgrims for a month and more and find the place of presence where we are best ourselves. That's what pilgrims do. So find your place of presence, not necessarily in space, but in time. Join us this coming Sunday to begin a floral journey of receding and repenting day by day into the Holy of Holies of presence. That's where we are now. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov and Pri Shana Tova. Thank you for joining me to dismantle patriarchy, one word at a time.